Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Surviving Narcissism Together. I hope everyone is doing well today. In my last video, I spoke about the things that narcissists do when they lose control over you. And in today's video, I'd like to expand on that a bit. See, narcissists don't just hate losing control. They hate it when you start healing, because your healing exposes everything they've tried to hide. So today, let's talk about the 5 things narcissists absolutely can't stand about your healing. So the first thing a narcissist hates about your healing is your emotional detachment. When you start healing, there's a shift inside of you, causing you to no longer feel that urge or sense to react the way you used to. You don't explode, and you don't even feel like defending any rumor. You simply don't crumble when they try to provoke you. And why this triggers the narcissist is that the narcissist survives off emotional reactions, right? Like your anger, sadness, confusion, fears. Your emotions were their fuel. They were the hook that kept you trapped in a cycle. So when you pull away emotionally, they begin to panic because for the first time, they can't access you. What their reaction looks like might be sudden fake kindness, attempts to provoke you, guilt tripping, calling you selfish or heartless, and a lot of hoovering attempts. So because your calmness forces them to confront something that they hate, which is their lack of power, it's gonna trigger them. Boundaries are something else that the narcissist hates about your healing. See, healing teaches you the power of the word no, and narcissist hates that word more than anything. You're no longer available to them 24/7, you're no longer fixing their problems, and you're no longer making excuses for their terrible behavior. Why it triggers them is that narcissist believes boundaries don't apply to them. They think that they're entitled to your time, your energy, your sympathy, your effort. So when you start saying, no, I can't do that, that doesn't work for me, I won't tolerate this, they feel attacked because boundaries expose the truth. They were taking advantage of you. That's the truth. Another way that the narcissist hates is that you stop believing their lies, and everything shifts here. When you heal, you see, the beauty of healing is that your clarity returns. You see their patterns, you recognize their manipulation, you notice contradictions and gaslighting, which would have kept you in the relationship all the time. So narcissists rely on this confusion, and if they can keep you doubting yourself, that's how they keep control. But once you start connecting the dots, once your intuition becomes stronger, once you question things instead of accepting everything blindly, their entire strategy collapses. Remember, once you stop believing their lies, you get clarity, and to them it's disrespect. But the truth is, it's not disrespect, it's actually your protection. Something else that a narcissist hates is that you've begun to rebuild your self-worth. I think that this stage really scares them the most because you're starting to love yourself again. You're starting to see your value. You're starting to realize that you deserved better this whole time. And why this really triggers them is that narcissists need you very insecure. Your insecurities were their leverage. If you doubted yourself, you needed them. If you needed them, they were in control. But when you start healing, you're not looking to them for validation anymore. You're not letting them define who you are, and you're trusting your judgments again. What they may do in this stage is like bring up comments about your appearance, your success, your confidence. They'd attempt to bring up like old mistakes, even memories, maybe even try to suddenly compete with you, or even try to insult you disguised as like jokes. So this is when they start to feel really threatened, not because you're necessarily hurting them, but because you're no longer hurting yourself and it isn't feeding their ego. And finally, simply your unshakable peace. This final stage of healing, where you become calm and centered and detached and focus on your life and not their stupid chaos, is a sign that they've lost their grip. Why your peace would trigger them is that, well, narcissists, they thrive in environments of chaos. They create conflict, they create tension, they create insecurities, because, well, that's how they maintain power. But when you're peaceful, they can no longer control the temperature of your emotions. Now, no longer start storms inside of you, or no longer drag you into drama. So they may start provoking you, spreading rumors, acting offended, hoovering, none of which will affect you because you're healing. And because your peace is going to trigger them, it's going to expose something they hate to admit, which is they've never had real control. They only had the control you once gave them. So guys, if you're healing right now, keep going, don't stop. Because the very things a narcissist hates are the same things that are gonna set you free. Your silence, your clarity, your confidence, your boundaries, your peace. These are not small changes. They are for your protection and your power and the proof that you are reclaiming your life, okay? So guys, thank you so much for watching, and if this video resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to hear this. Remember, healing, it may take some time, and I know the longer that it takes, it may feel discouraging, but remember to be patient with this process, as we are moving from survivors to thrivers to victors, alright? So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.